lift it and take it with me.
G.I. Joe Classified Series and Masters of the Universe will be dominating our wallets in June. YoJoe June is right around the corner, and we have MOTU products updates to share for 2026, plus a bunch of DC superpowers, news, and leaks right now on Toy Habits Live. And before we go live, smash that like button, turn on notifications, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss a beat. Hey everyone, welcome back to Toy Habits. I'm Michael.
I'm the Toy Sorceress, and you're watching a Sunday edition of Toy Habits Live. How's it going, Michael?
It's good. It's good. We haven't done a Sunday stream in forever.
I know. This weekend got a little complicated, but it's fun to do this on a Sunday for a change.
It is. It is. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Been crazy busy with work and everything else, but hanging there. How about you?
Yeah. No, I'm doing well. Yeah, work's good. Life is good. Can't complain. So
that is wonderful. So we have some cool toy news today, and then you're going to want to stick around for the last segment because we're going to have an extra special toy haul segment for you guys. So be sure to stick around for that because it'll be a lot of fun. We have something special planned.
Yes. I'm excited to see. This is going to be fun.
It will be fun.
It'll be awesome.
Yeah. Why don't we go ahead and say hi to the crew and check in on the chat and see who is here.
All right. Yeah. So thank you so much, all of our crew members, for all your support. We really appreciate you. And here is your thank you on the screen. And yeah, looking forward to chatting about all the toy news that went on this week, and a bunch of stuff hit this weekend too.
Absolutely. Maybe it was a good thing that we waited till Sunday. I know. We can cover all the news that didn't happen through the rest of the week.
Right.
Exactly. So let's say a big hello to Faciando Oliveira joining us. We got Riz 1082, Collector Phil is here, Will with 1L. We got Frankie Rivera, one of our awesome, amazing OG crew members in the house. We have Berinter joining us. Ralph Riggins is here. We got crew member Rob 2023, also one of our OG members. How's it going, Rob? Giraffe crew member is here as well. We got Texas Toy Addict, one of our crew members as well. We got Jeffrey in the house. We have Stephen Leahy here. We have Dave Chanelli, Riz 1082. I think I already said hi to you. Skyfall is here. Master Versal Toy Hunter, Nunya Biz, John Guzman, and Rob. Also, please say a big hello to your mom. We got Rick Telligan here and Juan Panic as well. Good to see everyone. We'll bring up some more names as people join in later on the stream. And let's dive into the news. Also, a big hello to Misfit Wolf.
Yeah, sounds good. I love when John always says this. Jason B. That's awesome.
Tell him Jason you.
Tell him yeah. It's when do you ever hear that except for here?
Absolutely.
Oh, and look at this too. Best show. I mean, I look forward to it every week. That's
well, awesome. Thank you for joining us on our odd time slot or a different time slot.
Yes. All right. So let's kick things off and we'll go in backwards order from what happened last week. So Mattel Creations updated their launch calendar. So we knew that there was a drop on June 24th, but we didn't know what it was. And they also threw in a June surprise for the Fright Zone. So we got a Powers of Grayskull figure. So that's one of the two that they said were coming extra, right?
So Sharella takes one of the slots.
Yes.
So I bet you, because we were going all sorts of wild guesses, I bet you anything the remaining slot is Eldor.
Yeah, I think you're right. Right.
Because, I mean, she was kind of like an obvious, more boring pick. Like Sharella and Eldor would have been the boring picks. Something cool would have been any of the laser light figures, any of the dinos, stuff in that realm. The giants, if we were shooting for the moon.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I bet you number 2 is going to be Eldor.
So Yeah, it's interesting. So Ninja Biz says, sorry to say, but I'm thinking the Fright Zone is a mistake. It's funny. I think you're the second person to say that, but that's
Really?
a pretty big mistake to throw up on Mattel Creations. It's like
Yeah.
they have to somewhat know what they're doing.
Hmm.
But if anybody has any information on that, but as far as we know, the Fright Zone is still going to be a retail release until we hear otherwise, because some of our anonymous sources who have placed orders for these things for their online stores, they haven't had them canceled yet. So the whole shebang still has his up for pre-order, and it's still on the website. So I'm guessing this might go by the way of Snake Mountain, where Snake Mountain came on to Mattel Creations, and it was also a retail release. It was on Amazon and so forth. So this could be the same.
Hopefully, I'm hoping maybe they give, like, the Club Grayskull members first take at it. And the amazing thing is that since we see it on the whole shebang, we now have a price point for it,
Yes.
because it's 129.99 pounds, British pounds. So I don't have a calculator of pounds to dollars right now, but that's roughly around $150. I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
Just calling that number. But I don't know what the conversion is. I know pounds are a little less than dollars. So
Yeah, none your biz. Maybe it's a deluxe version. Probably not. It's probably just going to be your standard Fright Zone. That would be nice if it was. That'd be cool if it came with like a 5-foot Doom Tower. That would be awesome.
Oh my god. Yeah, no thank you. That's like, I don't want any more big play sets.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Oh
But yeah, Sharella's interesting choice. Just if you want to go back in the annals of MOTU history, this is another one of Axel Jimenez concepts that never made it into plastic form in classics. So now it can see the light of day in Origins, which is great. Like I love this for Axel, and so like I want them to keep doing this, and with their Club Grayskull stuff, they have a bunch of runway to do this.
Absolutely. That gives them another outlet to do things that are a little bit more creative, some more deep cut figures, and be able to do never before made characters as well, which is really awesome. So I just converted the pounds to dollars for the Fright Zone. It's 175. But I was close, and it could be that the whole shebang has it a little higher. So maybe regular retail might be 150.
Yeah, I think I've heard that sometimes he does. So yeah,
That's in that price range. But
it's hard to guess on the
price.
price, but it's funny because people are like, oh, the dollar signs tell you how much it is. I'm like, screw the dollar signs. They don't tell you jack shit.
No, but I mean, if you see what the whole shebang's selling it for, they're not going to sell it at a loss. And I doubt that they're selling it for double the price. They're going to be like a small margin there. And so, it's probably around the $150 to $175 range.
Yeah. That's funny.
Does it come with a gold toilet for Hordak? He has a gold throne. Just kidding. He does have a throne, though. You can use that in whatever method you want, Dan.
That's so funny. But yeah, if you're wondering where this version of Sharella came from, this is Mega Custom, Mega Customs. It's Mega Custom X on Instagram. He made this custom Sharella. He is an amazing customizer. So, she'll probably be looking pretty much like this, I'm sure. She pretty much follows the sketch that Axel did, or the illustration that he did. So
cool. They already have a useful female buck, and it's just a matter of kind of adjusting the other the other pieces a little bit, and new outfit and new head sculpt, and she's off. So
yes. Black Phoenix does not have room for another playset, but he is down for a Sharella. So yeah, she doesn't take up that much room.
I don't know where I'm gonna put that Fright Zone either, so but I'm getting it.
So yeah, it looks like we will have member access to it, which is great. And I actually can't wait to see. And I know that a lot of pics were leaked around, what was it, Toy Fair time?
Yes.
So If they have more, can't wait to see the box actually.
Yeah, that's the thing I'm most excited about. So, and we do have photos, official images of the playset, and it looks incredible. I love what they did with it. I love the new enhancements. And it's just, they did a wonderful job. So I was just gonna share these. The Fright Zone monster is incredible. He's like fully articulated, with his little legs
Oh
and
yeah.
head and everything. And then of course we had the interior that had this whole kind of like throne room area, and you can move the throne down here if you want to, or you have it next to the tree, and of course the little jail cell. And then this is modular because you can take this piece and put it on the inside, or it can also go on the outside. So it's a really cool Fright Zone, and of course they also incorporated that face that was from the original sketch as well, which was not on the original Fright Zone. This is just a plain facade on the original version. So they did a lot of like nice updates and still kept it a decent size. I know it's going to be slightly larger than the original one, but it's pretty cool. And then we had that. I don't have the image here, but remember when I did the one measurement, this was about 12 inches tall for the tree. So it's rather large size. I think it was like a maybe 24 by 24 square, roughly.
Yeah, it's even though it was a smaller playset in the vintage line, it looks like they're getting a little more grande.
Yeah, and now that we got Hurricane Hordak and all the awesome Horde members, are gonna look great. You can put either like your cartoon collection figures with this or the original vintage style, which is great.
Oh yeah, there's going to be a lot of room for displayability and fun, because we can't forget to have fun with these things, right?
Absolutely not. And look at that, Ryan Cole gifting 5 Toy Habits memberships. That is so kind of you, Ryan. So that means 5 of you who are not members in the chat is going to be randomly selected, and you will win one free month of Toy Habits membership. So 5 of you will get Toy Habits memberships for a month, courtesy of the amazing Ryan Cole. Thank you, Ryan. So nice of you.
All right. Yeah. Thank you so much, Ryan. That's awesome. All right. Lord Hoagie is in the chat. Sorry, Damien. Hello. We do say hello.
I'm sorry. You probably logged in a little late because we had a smaller group in the beginning, and I didn't circle back to see who else jumped into the chat, but we did say hi to the chat. So if we do have a few extra people, I'm going to circle back now because we might as well. So first, a big hello to Angry Wookie Sounds. We got Rick Tellian also who joined us, and crew member Neil Hunter Hyde is here. Oh, we have a new member here, or a new viewer, the Superman 4679. That's awesome. Welcome to the chat. And of course, Damien Ristori is joining us. JT Brunick is also here, and crew member Black Phoenix 77. I think I said hi to Dave Chinelli before. Riz 1082 as well. So welcome to everybody else. And Lord Hoagie, I think I said hi to you before. We got Sergeant Savage 1944.
Which is the former King Lionel channel.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. So now I can't keep up with, here's a little line. I can't keep up with all the name changes. Good to see you again. And then I once was Mikey. Did Mikey like it? I don't know. And Brian C.
I'm still
and
Mikey,
Eric,
actually.
yeah, Eric Valdez is here. Voltron 72. You're going to want to tune in to the Toy Hall section, Eric, because I have something cool to show at that time. Rizlor, crew member, is here as well as Eric Perryman, awesome crew member, and Billy Butch 1980 is also joining us. I think I don't know if Rizlor and Eric maybe were 2 new crew members that got randomly selected.
Oh, cool.
It could be. I don't remember. Hello, Billy. So welcome to everybody who tuned in a few minutes after we went through the names. And we'll continue to bring up your awesome
yes
comments.
This Sharella is a custom. So yeah, they don't usually publish this stuff when they put the launch calendar on, although they did have Fright Zone images. So we'll probably see what Sharella looks like probably around June 20th or something like that. They usually drop all that stuff. But yeah, it's that was a surprise with the Fright Zone.
The price, yes.
Yeah, and as far as we
Okay.
know, this is still a like September, October release for this thing. So yeah, not like when you order a Origins figure or a Masterverse figure and they ship it right away. I doubt the Fright Zone is going to be shipping right away.
It was supposed to be released in October, like the last we heard. So if this is a pre-order, then it coincides with a proper
Yeah,
time frame. It's
that
usually
would
like 24
that would
months.
actually be a huge bonus if
Mhm.
like Club Grayskull members just like if you ordered
Got
it
it now.
and just
Oh my
got
god,
it shipped.
how
That would be
cool would that
insane,
be?
wouldn't it?
I was gonna say the same thing. Like if they actually had it and shipped it out to us like early, that would be so worth that $10 we paid, right? Then
Yeah.
make everybody who complained about paying the lousy little $10 so like happy, right?
Yes. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. All right, Riz. All right, Riz is asking how big is the Fright Zone?
I did a rough measurement. We don't have any official sizes for it yet. We have no official dimensions, but I did a rough estimate based on sitting Hordak in the chair. And when I scaled the figure sitting in the chair, it roughly measured the tree at like 12 inches. So then when I measured the playset, it was roughly like 2 by 2. So like 24 by 24. Rough. That's a really rough estimate, but it gave us a kind of a scale to it. So
Yeah, I
but we'll
like
find out. And I don't think let's take a look at the listing from the whole shebang. Did they have any like specifics on? I'm gonna take a look on the actual playset here. I hadn't gone through and see if there's
that's a
any
good
specs
question. I don't
or
know.
anything.
Sometimes they don't.
Mm,
Sometimes it's just
no.
like the pictures and just a place to pre-order it.
Yeah, no. I mean, they sometimes they do have some official description stuff, but you see how it's blank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
all right. Jay Brunick, you're telling me that the Fright Zone is 1/3 of Eternia. No way this is. I guess we'll find out on. I hate trying to guess prices, but you know we'll find out closer to probably after Sharella drops. Then we'll probably
Yeah.
find out how much this costs.
I mean, it sounds like a lot, considering that Snake Mountain and Castle Grayskull were only $89. Granted, those came out, several years ago, and with all the tariffs and the toys prices and everything going up, I wouldn't be surprised if that's how much it costs. Unfortunately, so I was hoping it was going to be somewhere around $100 though, but it looks like probably won't be.
Oh, this is where Damien gets his MOTU stuff from, the whole shebang. That's awesome.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great. I've never ordered from them before, so that they ship like globally, like worldwide to
I think
US and
so.
everything.
I think Mr. Home Arcade has ordered from them
Oh,
before.
okay.
As you would expect.
Well, yeah, and I would assume then that like maybe the shipping prices are kind of higher, or again, like I've never ordered from them before, so I don't
Yeah.
know if like does this even tell you how much shipping is? It does.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know. You guys would probably have to like check out or something and find out.
UK free
Find out the hard.
UK shipping, but that's in the UK, so I don't know what the US would be. Like if we had clicked pre-order now, it doesn't tell you. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
So,
All right. Well, that's
say,
interesting.
what up to Toy Hunters Hollow? He says they should have made an attaching slime pit. Speaking of which, where is it?
Absolutely. We've been waiting for that for a while, but that's not to say that maybe they're holding back to show us some cool stuff at SDCC, which is coming up in about a little over a month and a half. So maybe we'll see it. Who knows?
Maybe. Maybe. Well, that's awesome. So two MOTU drops supposedly for June, which is
exciting.
awesome.
It is exciting. So
Yeah.
can't wait till we see those.
All right. What else do we got cooking? All right. Let's go back way back to last weekend. We got some
way back
some really quick updates from London Comic-Con, and it was so funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was expecting London Comic-Con to be like a huge thing. Like there was, I thought there was a lot more like toy company presence at London Comic-Con last year, and there was like it was radio silent except for like there's like the small little Mattel panel that they had showing off a ton of product that we already know about, which sucks.
I mean, I kind of wonder if some of the toy companies are holding back a little bit right now.
They probably are. They're
Things are a
probably,
little
especially the US ones. Like, do they really want to fly everyone out to London for this thing? And they got to pack all their toys and make displays and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
But I do want to give a huge shout out to Mr. Miles Henderson, who was at London Comic Con, who was just DMing me updates while this was happening on Instagram. And so we were able to get some interesting news. You know, there's really not a lot of like depth into this, but they did confirm that Origins is going to focus on 2000X in 2026, which we talked about a few weeks ago. So that is confirmed. They did say that some new cartoon collection figures were coming. So they'll probably be interspersed with those 2000X figures, but no figure names yet. But we'll hopefully dig those figure names up before they get to them.
No doubt. You guys are going to know first.
Yes. And then so they said that they're relaunching the Masterverse line next year, which I think signals to me, like, I don't have a ton of context for this, so I'm just making a wild guess. They do change up their box displays or their box presentations, and so they will be probably doing a box refresh, but they're also going to be making figures for the live action movie, which is going to be interesting. So
very cool.
Anyway. I don't know if any
I was really digging the vintage collection stuff, so I was hoping they were gonna crank out a couple more of those. But
yeah, I'm sure this encompasses like vintage collection, New Eternia, and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't think they're putting that to the wayside for the movie figures, but it's interesting because it's like, from what I've seen, like, and also drop it in the chat if you're excited about this Masters of the Universe movie coming out in 2026. So,
I wonder if it's what's what they're focusing on, like not the original Masters of the Universe movie, but the new Masters of the Universe movie figures.
It is, yeah. It's a live action movie
with the new live action movie. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
well, that's exciting because I mean they have to. Because they gotta do stuff for the new movie. They have to have something tied to the media, so they're using the Masterverse line for that, and that makes sense.
Yeah, and I hope this Masters of the Universe movie is not like the Snake Eyes movie that bombed in the theater when G.I. Joe put that out. I hope not. We don't need that. And I was like, well, Masterverse is finally finding its stride, but it's going to be interesting to see how they translate, you know, or actually what the characters look like for the movie. So like from what I've seen from clips and things like that, it's like Prince Adam, you know, running in his jeans and a pink shirt. And I was like, how's that going to be
weird? Yeah. Like, why is he back on Earth again or whatever? I thought they were past that last time.
Yes. And Sir Eldor himself, Masterversal Toy Hunter, is already working on a custom live action 2026 Masterverse Tila. So he always shows his work in progress, which is great. So you can check that out on his Instagram page. I thought the fact that it's on Earth again was very disappointing because that was the bummer for the 1987 one. It's like there's all these worlds like Eternia and like all these Despondos, but why have it on Earth again?
That's why I kind of like tuned out when there were little like leaked photos of like, you know, filming locations and stuff like that. I'm like, he's running around in like a pink button up and jeans. I'm like, you know, it didn't like get me excited. I'm like, he's on Earth, like crossing it for me or something like that in like New York. I don't know where he was, but yeah, hopefully it's gonna be good. But we'll, you know, I'm gonna hold my judgment until I see more.
Yes. Want to say hello to Ralph from Toy Stalker. If you are ever in toy buying needs, which we all are, Toy Stalker is also a great outlet. He also had the Masterverse movie Blade up for pre-order that also sold out too. So yeah, and that went so fast.
Yeah, it absolutely did. I was going to ask the chat, what do you guys think about Origins focusing on 2000X? What's your opinion? And I'm going to just voice my opinion that they like very quickly and hardly ever touched Powers of Grayskull this year. which they were supposed to finally get to. We've been waiting like 3 years for it. And then we got like an amazing hero figure and an awesome package. Now we're getting Sharella, and then it's like maybe one more. It's like they just kind of leaped over Powers of Grayskull. I was hoping with like the posts we were seeing with like dinos and all sorts of cool stuff like sketched in there, and the little like Easter eggs. I was getting messages from like Roy and Axel and stuff. He was like sending me dino emojis. I thought we were going to get something more bigger and more encompassing in the Powers of Grayskull, and that it was going to become like another nice, cool subline, and it doesn't look like it. So just personally, I'm disappointed, but I want to know what the chat thinks.
Yeah. Yeah, we got we said seems kind of silly to do Origins 2000X1. It seems like JT needs to finish his thought, which will probably make it in the chat. John wants I mean, I need to see these figures to see like what they've done different. If they're gonna be if they're gonna be repaints like the 2000X versions that we got, forget it. Like, I'm not gonna be into that.
Yeah, which is fine because I'm running out of space on my shelves for them. So I'm fine with them as long as they circle back. I agree. Black Phoenix is in my campus saying I really want a full Powers of Grayskull line already. So do freaking I. Thought we waited, and I thought this was our turn. Hopefully Skeletor blows up Earth and they'll have to do the second half of Eternia. Yeah, I know, right?
There you go. Planning the sequel already. I love it.
Texas Toyotic says we'll finally save some money. Yeah, I mean, I agree. 200 Hollow, surprised they are doing 2000X with Mondo doing 2000X at the same time, but I can't wait to see them. I'm happy for all of you that like 2000X, just want them to close the chapter on Origins. I mean, I agree.
That's not going to happen.
I know. I'm excited to see Cartoon Collection dive into MYP 2000X cartoon characters. However, would love some new adventure figures next. But you know, in the comic book, which this is one of my toy hauls, you know, we have New Adventures He-Man who shows up with a couple of his friends.
Yes.
You know, doing like a little drive-by peek in. So, like, what was that about?
I have no idea. No idea. Want to say what's up to a punk with toys? Haven't seen you in a while. It was really fun doing the May the Power of the Force reviews that Punk and Miss Allison Troy put on every Star Wars month of May. So that was fun. Maybe Lawrence's ears were burning because we'll be talking about G.I. Joe.
There you go. JT finishes thought. Seems kind of silly to do 2000X when Mondo has a line coming out soon too.
I don't know if it's silly or not. They're two different scales. You can kind of like Mondo is much more expensive. Think of it as like a Masterverse figure on steroids. It's much more detailed. It's much more expensive. And then you have your Origins figure. So it's kind of like the, you know, Masterverse figure plus line.
Yeah, exactly. So I once was Mikey who likes it. Sorry, I have to keep making fun of your screen name. I think the new 2000X will be using the Thundercats bucks. That could be because they're like slightly lankier, and that makes sense.
Yeah,
I could see those being used for like new adventure figures, right? Because they weren't as bulky.
Yes, we did say G.I.
And Ryan Cole says, I feel like the 2000X stuff is really just trying to keep vintage too bad.
Well,
it's a conspiracy. Right?
Hopefully that unverified list comes true this year, but I'm thinking like I'm losing a little bit of hope because there's 6 more months left in the year, and too bad was on that list. So
yeah, I know we're running out of runway here. Sergeant Savage 1944. I want Origins to focus on new adventures of He-Man and more Powers of Grayskull figures. I'm disappointed we haven't gotten more Preternia figures yet, like Black Wizard and Red Shadow. I totally agree with you.
Yep.
So maybe we're still gonna get some some Powers of Grayskull that'll bleed into. I'm hoping like the 2000X stuff might be like later in the year, and there's still some room for Powers of Grayskull. I don't know. But it doesn't sound like it.
Yeah, I mean, with their Club Grayskull stuff, like anything's possible. So yeah, but I guess if they're saying that they only had 2 more Powers of Grayskull, is it this year? Is it? I was like, God, I hope not.
Oh my god, I know.
That would suck.
Black Phoenix. I'm going to pass on most of 2000X. If they do Ice Armor, He-Man, 2000X Mossman, that actually looks like the cartoon, I'll grab them.
Yeah.
Uh,
I might do them if they put out like different characters, like if they redo some of the classics characters that they've done, maybe. But
yeah.
I guess I have to see. I guess we'll see it live in at Comic-Con, because I'm guessing that this is probably going to be on display.
I sure hope so, you know. But it's like, I think, finish your thought. Like I feel like Mattel's a little ADD. They just started doing Powers of Grayskull stuff, and now they're already like, flip the page. You know, Dave Chanelli wants them to do Powers of Grayskull as well. I want them to at least finish it and then move on to something else. Like, let's keep going. Make MOTU for like years to come. That's great, but let's like finish something before we start something new.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. I agree, because I think when that happens, it's like you want to go deep in the line, right? And you want to build out your factions. It's like you want to complete Powers of Grayskull. People want to complete the vintage line. They want to complete the Horde, and it's like, all of this stuff is taking away from all of that.
I'm a little frustrated, only because I'm not saying don't do 2000X. That's great, but don't do it yet. Let's finish the Powers of Grayskull, or at least get somewhere deep into it. I mean, we had Snake Men for 3 freaking years, right? Like, we had Snake Men coming out of our ears. They like did Snake Men, like, and then they crammed them down into Turtles of Grayskull too,
right?
And we barely stepped out, like dipped our toe into Powers of Grayskull, and now they're focusing on something else. So that's the only reason I'm frustrated.
Yeah, but I hear you. I hear you.
Turbo Dackle. I mean, come on, Hero wants a new ride.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, would you hang that from the ceiling and just put Hero on it and like dangle him above Eternia?
He would be hanging like
right over your head. All right. And then the last bit here is just so they said that there's going to be a big retail push again for 2026, but I don't know if that's just in the UK or if that includes the US. So, you know, we'll probably still see like the 2000X characters coming out in the stores and the cartoon collection figures. But I think they were not in the Entertainer store in the UK, and now they're going to be in Entertainer. So that was the last bit of news that we had on that.
That's great. Jeffrey. Hello, Jeffrey. Is it possible that Powers of Grayskull will continue through Club Grayskull and the 2000X will be general retail figures? Dear God, I hope so. I mean, if that's the only way we're going to get it, just do it. Mattel, just give it to us. I don't care how you slice it, which way you want to serve it up to us. I just want to get the figures.
Silver platter, whatever. Yeah. Appetizer, just give it to us.
Amuse bouche, however you want to do it.
Oh my gosh, I love that. That's awesome. All right. Speaking of the 2000X theme, it was, I always forget that this con happens in Pasadena, but it was Monster Palooza this weekend, apparently.
Yes, it is. And I always forget about that because it's always the weekend before Robo Toy Fest and like after Pasadena Comic Con. And actually this wasn't the same venue as Pasadena Comic Con that I was at last weekend. So it's cool that Mondo had a booth there this past weekend. Mitt with Card is in the house, and yes, he's sick to death of the Snake Men. So I think, I mean, they were cool, but like, we had enough. You're not late, Josh. It's okay, Joshua. Good to see you.
Yeah.
These were neat. I'm surprised that I guess they're taking another stab at Beastman already for their 1/6 scale figures. What did you think of them?
I wasn't a huge fan of the. Let me see if I can bring up Beastman. I wasn't a huge fan of Beastman, but so this is the classic version of Beastman. So what they're doing is they did this with Trapjaw. They made like the Filmation version of him. So they basically took the really killer one that they did, and then they made it, they filmationized it. They did the same thing with this Beastman, so I think they're reusing that buck and then providing new head sculpts and, you know, this nice blue furry diaper. He just kind of looks, he looks off to me for some reason. Yeah, I'm not digging the look of this Beastman.
Yeah. To me, it just, he's a little bit more plain, I guess. Like the other one had like all sorts of like little bone things hanging off of him and ropes and like all this other extra like accoutrement. And this one is like classic Beastman. It is what it says, right? And then of course you do have his different looks for his head that give him various styles, which is fine. I mean, I'm out of the 1/6 scale anyway.
Me too.
I decided not to collect them just because they're expensive and they take up a lot of room and they're cool, but you're not like going to be, posing them too much. Like you get them and then they sit on your shelf. So for me, I'm going to pass on this. But I don't think he's bad. When I started looking at him a little bit closer, he is pretty cool. If you like a classic Beastman.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's this midsection right here with his loincloth and his legs. I think they like something down here doesn't look right. And I'm not trying to like make a joke or anything. It's just like the bottom half.
Package, Michael.
I'm not checking out his package. Now, the package to take a look at is He-Man's package, and he's got a little fanny pack or whatever covering his package, which is
it's like, are you supposed to open that up for like like what, I don't understand why he's hanging right there. That could have been like on the side. That could have been on his hip. It didn't have to be in the front.
Right. Yeah.
Like really, Mondo, it didn't have to be in the front.
No, it's funny because like in the animated series, he does have a pouch in the front, and it's like you can make some adjustments to what you see in the cartoon. Yes, please.
Absolutely. I fully agree.
Yeah.
But what do you think this is going to price at? Like around $100, something like that?
Probably. I have no idea, but I think the thing that was interesting to me is like, I remember like we were talking about this when, we were talking about the 2000X Origins figures a couple weeks ago. It's like they have that oh my gosh, this Keto is Japanese. I love that. Yeah, there we go. We were talking about the animated versions, they're lankier and blah blah blah, and like this that has the markings of 2000X He-Man, with the alternate portraits, but I was expecting the buck to be a little different.
Yeah, I actually am pleased that the buck looks more classic, just because I like it that way. Like to me, He-Man should look like this. I wasn't like a huge fan of the more stylized anime-ish body types, I guess, because that's not what He-Man is to me when I think about He-Man.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're so I'm gonna bring him back up.
Oh my gosh. So funny.
So I'm happy to see that he looks like this. Yeah. Do you think it might be a little cheaper? I would think he's probably gonna be about $100.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of paint apps on him, a lot of accessories, but I'm kind of glad that he looks more classic, and I like his style. I don't know if I'm going to be in on these. Sorry, Chewy. He's are you buying these figures? Do you think you're gonna be in on them?
I was waiting to see this version. Based on this, I don't think so. This I actually liked the animated look in the 2000X line. And so I know why they're doing this, so they can reuse. I think this is going to make it so they could reuse the buck for figures beyond 2000X if they ever get into that. Oh my god, the bacon feet.
I agree. His feet look like hot dogs wrapped in bacon.
I saw a picture. Somebody did that on Instagram, and I totally can't unsee that now. It's hilarious.
Seriously, it looks like bacon wrapped hot dogs.
It totally does. Yes. So these, it was funny. Yeah, these were in the booth. We got some alternate pictures. I think this one's from Parks and Cons, super nice Instagram page, who are always at these events if they're in Southern California, and they're covering stuff. But always with Mondo, the devil's in the details, and it looks, I mean, like, look at the axe and the power sword and his harness. I mean, they do look amazing.
Yeah. No, I love the paint apps look incredible on him. He looks really, really great. I would love to see them maybe take this line into like other genres for masters and maybe do some classic figures would be kind of cool.
Yes.
So yeah.
Totally. And yes, and we cannot forget the Texas Toy Addict who actually texted me this in the beginning to alert me. And the pictures weren't great. And so I was like, you know, and it's not that Texas Toy Addict didn't take the pictures, but I was like,
Yeah.
you're at these cons, like take good pictures, please.
I
Please.
it's difficult, you know, but we really appreciate the photos that we do get a hold of when we're not at an event. But yeah, it's great to get some nice photographs. I mean, this picture looks nice and crisp. And you
Yeah.
can see all the detail on them, so it's great.
Yes. So yeah, and it's funny, this Beastman says it's going to be available June 3rd, and so we'll probably see
Wow.
something from Mondo. Was that the Texas Toy Addicts comment that you
Oh,
flashed?
Dan. Oh my god. Sorry.
But
Now I can't unsee that.
no,
I'm gonna be looking at nips and bacon wrapped hot dog feet.
right.
Um,
Furry blue diapers. There we go.
furry blue diapers on Beastman. Yeah, he doesn't look bad, but the first version of him is like really, really detailed and cool, and probably
Yeah.
more kind of new eyes than this one's more classic. So I don't mind him. Yeah, I don't think he's that bad.
I'll admire him from afar, and
Yeah,
when the Texas Toy Addict gets him, I'll look at his pics there.
there you go.
But awesome. All right. I think that was that all the MOTU news from the last week?
I think so. As far as big stuff, the other stuff we, you know, go ahead and check out our website for in-hand images of Dispara and Fangman, Grizzlor, and Orko. If you're into all that, a quick shout out. I want to give a quick shout out real quick before we go into our next story to our friend Ken and Steve from Delta 17 Toys. They launched their exclusive
Oh yeah.
for Joe Fest, which is going to be this cool Delta Squad versus Thunder Battalion 2-pack. And it's basically and then this Hailstorm figure that's in 2 different colors of blue and gray. And then they'll have also a weapons pack. So it's kind of like it's these 2 characters from their first wave that are recolored in this really cool, you know, desert theme in a 2-pack. And it's going to be available at Joe Fest and then on their website at the end of June. I believe it retails for $45. So pretty cool new pack. And I know Ken and Steve were excited to launch that. So I just wanted to give it a shout out.
That's awesome. That's so cool. Yeah, they make really good stuff, and
they do.
Yeah, this 2-pack looks awesome, and those Hailstorm robot vehicles, whatever they are, they look pretty damn cool too. They remind me of one of the, I don't know if anybody remembers the video game Smash TV. There's like this, you know, rolling humanoid that's on like tank tracks in that game.
That's awesome. Yeah, you can see this comes with like Gatling guns and like little ammo packs and then backpacks that go on them. So they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
So big congrats to Steve, Ken, and the whole team over at Delta 17 Toys. And if you want to check out more, just go ahead on toyhabits.com or go to delta17toys.com and you can check out more about those. And then the other story I wanted to cover was we got leaked images of Wave 2 for the McFarlane Super Friends 6-inch figures.
Woo.
Yeah. So this was exciting. I know, you know, Wave 1 had just launched. And so this is McFarlane's new line of 6-inch figures that are modeled after the Super Friends cartoon series. And this wave is pretty cool. It includes the Toy Man. He has like a little mini Superman in his hand. And then Captain Cold. And of course, we have Superman, Flash, and Cheetah. So these are pretty cool. Superman comes with like a little ball of kryptonite. And then Captain Cold has his freeze ray, and you know you can see Flash has a little communicator like Wave 1 had, And then the toy man has a little Superman toy like doll in his hand, so it's really cool. Looks great. I mean, totally animated looking. I have the first wave. They're really nice figures. So it's exciting to see this. And I know McFarlane is losing their DC license at the end of 2025. They're allowed to manufacture the figures through the end of the year. So it might be that these come out, or whatever it is that they have coming out still left for DC may come out in the beginning of 2026 as long as they finish the manufacturing at the end of the year. So we still have a little bit left, 6 more months of runway.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
So to pump out all their product in the last 6 months.
I know, right? We're gonna get a lot of DC figures from them in the last 6 months. So more Legion of Doom, absolutely. Like I can't wait to see what else they have. Like what other characters? Knowing that they only have 6 months left, everybody in the chat, like what other characters do you want to see before the line ends? I mean, I want to get the main group of Super Friends, of course. We need Aquaman, we need Robin, we need Hawkman if we can get him, Wonder Woman, and then there's a whole bunch of Legion of Doom characters as well that I would love to see. Yeah, so Bizarro and what's the name of the girl? Yeah, Bizarro would be cool. And then Grog, I think Grog, and then what's the other? Solomon Grundy. Like all of the Legion of Doom characters would be awesome. The Wonder Twins. Oh my God, how cool it is. We have to get the Wonder Twins. Wonder Twin powers activate. One was always water. The other was like an animal. Oh yeah, Apache Chief would be really cool. And then Samurai would be awesome. Giganta. Yeah. Who do you want to see in the line? Michael, I know you watch the Super Friends. I know you're not a big DC collector, but
I really couldn't tell you. Like I have 0 names come to mind. Sorry.
Not even like any of the original characters.
No.
Okay.
A Punk with Toy says Uncle Todd might produce enough figures to distribute for the next 3 years. LOL.
He could. So here's wave 1, just as a recap. I do have all of these except for this red version of Superman, but we got Sinestro, Batman, Lex Luthor, and Green Lantern and Riddler, and then this other version of Superman of Batman. So we still need Wonder Woman and Aquaman and Robin, Hawkman, all those guys, at least for the main group. So I would love to see it. And then here you go. What about Marvin and Wendy? Everyone always forgets about them.
Oh yeah, Marvin. Okay, I do remember Marvin and Wendy. Okay, I'll throw in for Marvin and Wendy.
What about a 2-pack of like Gleek and Wonder Dog? So the monkey and the dog. That would be cool.
Yeah. Frankie Rivera wants a Wonder Dog.
Yeah, Mitzelplick. Or what about Captain Caveman, Dark Side? Would be awesome. Can we get like a real Hall of Justice? Okay, can I vent for a second that the Fortress of Solitude from the Superpowers line is a little disappointing because it's mostly cardboard and some little plastic backdrop pieces. I mean, I'm glad we're getting one. It's really cool, but that could have been McFarlane's chance to do like an awesome playset in the line of a Hall of Justice or something like that for something that's never been done before.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Well, he's got 6 months to do it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but like that's what he did for it. So, oh my God, I would love to get like an actual Legion of Doom.
Yes, Legion of Doom playset.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that would be incredible.
Now, would this scale with those 6-inch figures then, or is this also for the like smaller?
Well, the ones everyone's listing is for the Super Friends line, which is 6 inches. But if they did a playset for these figures, I'm sure you can still scale your 5-inch or 4.5. I think they're 4. Are they 4-inch? Or a little over 4-inch scale? 4.5 for the superpowers. I'm sure you can still use them. With that, it might be like a little large, but it'd still work somewhere thereabouts. It could be slightly big for them, but yeah, these 6-inch figures are a much larger scale. So I'll take a Hall of Justice in any of the scales.
Nice.
Yeah,
I love it. Yeah, I mean,
A
I
lot of
guess
people
like
haven't
Eternia is so
understand.
huge, like you can scale your Masterverse figures to it too. So.
Absolutely, that would be amazing. I mean, let's just get a Hall of Justice or Legion of Doom for the superpowers line, because it'll be a lot less expensive, I'm sure.
Yes. Yes, more play sets. Woo!
Yeah, more play sets, but like again, don't do them a la, the Fortress of Solitude
The
cardboard
cardboard,
backdrops
yeah.
and
Don't cheese
little
out.
plastic, yeah, little plastic like a seat and some little, columns or whatever. That thing was, it's a little bit. I ordered one and I got the one with the little robot, but still slightly disappointing that it wasn't
No.
more. But this is awesome that we're actually getting Super Friends figures, so that's very cool.
Yes, that is awesome.
Oh, that would be awesome. A back metal cyborg. So they are doing cyborg in the next wave of superpowers figures, but he's not back metal. He's just like silver paint. He's coming out in wave 13, I think it is. Oh, yeah. Which takes me to, hey, look at that handy dandy link at the top of our page.
There you go.
You gotta love toyhabits.com because it gave you related articles at the top there. So there's Cyborg. You can see him there. And he's just like silver paint. That's coming out in the next wave.
Yes.
Very
cool. Biz is looking forward to Cyborg, which is awesome.
Yeah. That's the most expensive of all the figures in the original Superpowers line.
Oh, so. You got to get that one.
Yes.
You just like dip it in chrome or whatever.
Yeah, or use one of those chrome markers on them. There you go. Just buy an extra. They're only $10, and then you can chrome it up.
Yeah, there you go.
Amazon.
There you go. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. All right. Are we ready for our toy haul segment?
Not quite yet. There's one more thing to cover. Let's see, where are we here? Okay, we YoJoe June.
YoJoe June. It's June today, isn't it?
It is June. Yeah, I guess YoJoe June officially kicks off today, and that is why we actually moved the stream to today, right?
Oh yeah, there you go. So we can officially kick off YoJoe June.
So it's going to be an interesting YoJoe June because there's a bunch of leaked information out there, and they don't really have a ton of like render reveals. They did drop a new one recently, but it's like, what are we going to see is totally up in the air. And I'm actually surprised that they've been able to keep a tight lip on that one. But I do want to say that we do have what we think are the listings for the YoJoe June wave, but Amazon has locked them down, so we don't have access to them anymore. And I was like, wait, so I'm expecting them to come back at some point before the 4th, hopefully. So I was hoping that we would get to see them today, but nope, not a chance.
Yes, Rob, I am excited to show you guys something in the toy haul. So totally forgot about YoJoe June.
It's all good. It's all good. They did. They did drop a surprise digital render reveal, which we'll probably see this figure in plastic sometime this month. They did drop Budo. I was like, there's a lot going on with Budo. He's a samurai. Wasn't a fan of the vintage figure. Not a fan of what they're going to be doing with him here, but I realized that other people are fans of that. So
some people may like, the whole samurai look, and it looks like he comes with a whole host of accessories there that you can play dress up with him. He's got right now it looks like one of those little paper dolls, that you can put all the little pieces on. I'm totally kidding. I know that's like
I love it.
I'm totally kidding, but I know this was a rendering of all his pieces. So, I had to. The joke just was laying there. But his armor and his skirting and everything, it looks really cool. His little samurai helmet with like the little crown and the teeth on it and stuff. Like it's pretty awesome if you like this look, if you like Budo, and if you like samurais, it's a cool figure.
Yeah.
So
I do like various pieces. Like I like the mask, and I like his classic helmet that he has, and I do like that all of his armor comes off and stuff like that. But I think samurais might fall in the camp with ninjas for me.
Yeah, kind of. And it looks like he's also going to be taking hula lessons.
Yes.
He has his grass skirt there.
Oh my gosh, the giraffe. Budo is cosplaying Ninjor, and that mask looks a lot like
Yeah.
Ninjor's mask from Afterverse. It's so funny.
Absolutely.
But yes, Classified does do a great job with their accessories. So that's really cool. I do like
They've
that.
been knocking it out of the park with their last few figures. I got the Dr. Mindbender a couple of days ago. He looks great, like the newer version. I know it's already a repaint of the original figures, but the retro one looks good. The cape is nice.
They are awesome.
Yeah, so they've been like upping their game, right? On
oh, totally.
Even the retro kind of repaint figures.
Totally. But yeah, the GI Joe line, like their name only reveals, they're really lacking in name only reveals, and there's a few digital render reveals that are still out there. There's the Ostriker. We'll see that
maybe
this month, maybe. I mean, that would be neat. It's a big vehicle like the Vamp, and so again, you're gonna have to make room on your shelf for it if you're gonna get it.
It's gonna get that one would get parked on the floor.
Yeah. Hopefully Cuz doesn't step on it or something.
Oh yeah, I know, right? He already had to move Panther over when he was like vacuuming here the other day. I found that like way over there.
That's awesome. I realized that I forgot a digital render reveal, so I need to find it. But oh yeah, so there's also where are we at here? The MMS, which also has to come out as well. So that is something that was easy for them to do because it was a repaint, kind of a repaint of
easy.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So yeah, there's also the Slapchop brothers, Slice and Dice, who we have not seen yet.
They come with a free set of Ginzu knives when you order these. I'm totally kidding.
But it's funny. I was looking on EE's Drop Zone, and they have pre-orders coming out the 4th, which aligns with Hasbro's live stream. But they also have another listing that has the same wording as their one on the 4th for I think the 11th. So they're going to be multiple drops. I don't know if they're just limiting it to 2, but anyway, yes, Rob, I do love my ninjas. Yeah, so like in this episode of Toy Habits, we get to see ninjas and samurais. Yay!
Absolutely.
So what else do we have? This green shirt Joe. We still have yet to see. We did see some leaked images of the green shirt Joes, which they look great. I mean, they look.
I love how classic they look. I love that they have alternate heads, so you can get a couple of them and army build. They look good. They look really good. Yeah, and they come with a bunch of accessories, which is great.
Yeah, they come. Yeah, all the stuff. Yeah, that's funny. Like, I don't have I ever changed a head of a classified series figure?
You haven't? I mean, they pop up rather easily, but this one's the head and the neck.
Okay, that's what was throwing me off. I was like, like that just looks weird. It's
funny because they do have like 2 ball joints, like one at the head and then one at the neck. So hopefully,
you're right. Okay,
to take them both off, or maybe in this case it might be one piece, and it just articulates at the, I don't know, at the base of the neck joint, and then it's all just like that. I don't know.
Okay,
but then you wouldn't be able to move his head separately up. Which would kind of suck.
Yeah.
We'll see.
And then let's see, we did know because they did announce that there was going to be a Sergeant Slaughter and Mercer 2-pack, and so there are leaked images floating around of just various pieces and parts of these, and so it's like, are we going to see these? Who knows?
Could be.
So, and then there's, who is it? Red Dog and Taurus. So on the Full Force podcast, he's starting his 2026 leaked listing. So, this is another possibility that also could show up for YoJoe June. They're making a Mercer and Slaughter 2-pack. They're also making a Red Dog and Taurus 2-pack. So
very cool.
That, and then there's also supposedly showing up. So these are the code names that we have the Amazon listings for, but we don't know, like they haven't populated them with the images yet or names. But the Full Force podcast is lining up Apu from The Simpsons with Sci-Fi and Sideshow Bob with Night Viper, who we haven't seen any digital renders or anything yet.
No, I know. I was gonna say, where's Sci-Fi Tsunami, who loves been waiting for Sci-Fi forever. That's really cool. Two green characters. I love the Night Viper, so can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. One question for you, and also if you're in the chat, do you want to see another GI Joe HasLab this year?
No, unless it's and it's not. I mean, my answer is not going to make any sense because I already know they're not doing O-ring figures. But the only HasLab I would love to see is an O-ring HasLab. If they have I mean, they technically still are able to produce them because I know Super 7's doing O-ring, but that's the only size I want to see. I don't want any more big, ginormous playsets.
I mean, I would love to see one, but like part of me, I need to take a break from the big stuff. And Shannon says no. We got Skyfall saying yes. We got Joshua Robbins saying no. Ryan's wallet does not want. Shannon's following up. I want Snowcat, but not a HasLab, prices or stress. Yeah. And hopefully USS Flag. I would expect Daniel, the Bird soundtracks with Birdman, to be in the chat with the USS Flag.
Yeah. Did you notice that the HasLabs have slowed down a lot this year?
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah, and
which is fine.
Yeah, which is great. Like let's enjoy the HasLabs that we got already. There's still, if you're a Star Wars collector, you still have the Mos Eisley, like that whole thing coming.
Yeah. I still have the Ghostbusters Ecto 1 coming, but that's because it wasn't like it fits on my Billy bookcase. So the only reason I ordered it.
Yeah.
We'll see if it stays.
Giraffe wants a Defiant and USS Flag 2-pack. Now that would be awesome. Like
you need to add on to your house for that.
Right? Oh my gosh. But yeah, I would really love them to take a break from HasLabs. I mean, it would be cool to see another HasLab at San Diego Comic-Con, but I think everybody needs a break from that.
I think they've realized it, and again, we're busting at the seams and people are running out of space. So if we get a Ghostbusters Firehouse, let's do a regular classic scale one, and that doesn't need to be a HasLab. That could just be, hey, we're introducing this at Comic-Con. That could just be a nice regular size playset. So
yes. So I think that is all we know for now for YoJoe June at the moment. So keep your eyes peeled, because I am expecting those Amazon listings to populate with some images before the 4th. So keep an eye out on the website for those.
Yeah, that's very cool. A modular firehouse would be fun. That would be neat.
Yeah, and also isn't there a Ghostbusters thing on June 7th too?
I believe so. Yeah, there is at the firehouse itself.
Oh, nice.
So they're going to be revealing some new classic products, some new Ghostbusters products. I think I don't know if it was classic, but new Ghostbusters products. So I'm hoping it's some more Kenner classics.
And not another HasLab.
No, please.
Please no.
Please no more HasLabs. All right. Okay, so now we can go ahead and dive into our toy haul section.
Yes, and here let me play this fun transition that I cooked up this weekend. So I'll tell you the backstory on this when you play it. But if you remember this skit from Saturday Night Live, drop it in the chat if you know about it.
Open the box, and that's the way you do it.
All right, so this is our toy haul transition. It was funny. The reason what made me think of that was actually He-Man's picture here, because that reminded me of the skit. It was the
opening the package.
Yes. opening the junk in the package. What's in the box? He didn't
That's
show
funny.
the box. Not showing the box.
No.
So yeah. Oh my
That's awesome.
gosh.
That's
So,
awesome.
anyways,
All right. I'm gonna let you go first because I gotta go. I gotta go
okay.
grab my something.
All right. So, what did I get? So I ordered the cartoon collection figures from Entertainment Earth, and it wasn't enough to get the free shipping. So I threw in a little Star Wars figure that I needed for my vintage collection. So I ordered Grand Admiral Thrawn from the Ahsoka series, and he's pretty standard. This is how he looked in the series, blue face with his Imperial uniform. So I can add him to my Ahsoka shelf, which has the Ghost and all of the other figures that came with the Ghost.
Nice.
So, yes. Giraffes and Papa Smurf. I love
Papa Smurf.
yes, Papa Smurf is a Star Wars figure.
Very cool.
And then, I don't know if you heard this, but I had to order him just to get the free shipping for the cartoon figs, and so I cracked those open. Mr. Home Arcade did a bunch of in-hand images that he sent us, but it's nice to have the actual figure to show off. So here is Grizzlor. Have you opened yours yet?
I have not. I just took them out of the box today.
You got open the box.
Open the box. I did. I just opened the box beforehand, and then I got Fangor and Orko. But he looks really cool.
Yeah, he does. It's basically the standard MOTU buck in tan. For Grizzlor's face, and I thought they did a good job. What's funny, what you could see in Mr. Home Arcade's pictures, but you can't. I'm not going to do it now, but you can take his you can take his fur off. His fur armor comes off, so he looks like a dude with a hairy face.
Exactly. I was going to say his fur is like his chest armor.
Yeah, and then we can zero in on He-Man's jump in the mirror here.
That's a really nice mirror, though.
It is really nice. It reflects really, really nicely.
Wow.
This is the moon mirror from that episode. I think it's called He Ain't Heavy or something like that.
Yeah, he ain't heavy.
And then there's a little Orko, which I thought they did a great job with. So he is out of the package, and he comes with his little Uncle Montork disguise.
Yeah.
I'm not going to transform him, but really interesting that I didn't realize that they were doing the hat is actually on a ball joint. Actually, I think I can take it off. The hat's on a ball joint on his head, and so it articulates and moves around, which is neat.
It's separate, unlike the first version of him.
They're
not separate.
Yeah. So, again, I thought they did a good job in, he has his Uncle Montork, extra Uncle Montork eyes, which it's a cool thing that they did. Like, I guess they could have thrown like Drael in here too, and just
just another, it would have been really easy to do. The funny thing is, so if you look at the original Orko, so this one's scaled more appropriately. He's a little smaller. And the nice thing is, if you still want to display both your things together, because that Orko looks very animated, the first version of him, you could always just turn this one into Uncle Montork, and then you're good.
So that's that little guy, and then Fangman is, I think, my favorite of the wave, just because he's a deep cut character, and before I didn't realize that this is actually Reptilax's head sculpt. Before Mr. Home Arcade did his comparison, I was like, well, okay. I haven't looked at Reptilax in forever, but it's basically the exact same thing. And he looks very different. It's just like the paint app and like coloring his eyes, and it looks like a totally different head. That's
absolutely. I mean, Reptilax could use something with some pupils. He'd look great. He looks like he's been hitting, something.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. He's hitting the stuff that Mossman.
Yeah, exactly. The Mossman grows in the forest.
But cool. I like the reason why I like this, because I want them to make like Strong Arm or Strongor from Filmation series. I think that would be super, super fun.
Yeah. And what's his little? He comes with an infinity wheel. Oh yeah.
Yes, the Wheel of Infinity.
That's awesome.
That is from the cartoon, and that's super, super fun. And then the last thing, because it is YoJoe June, I did open up this retro
Oh, he looks
back Viper, which I thought they did a really great job with. I mean, I just love the sculpt in general, but not packing him with a scarf and with a gray weapon. I thought he looked really, really cool.
So I got this figure as well, and you know what makes it, Michael? Okay, first of all, they've simplified his vest, which looks like the classic one with the brighter red colors on it, right? But what really makes this figure, which is awesome, is he's now sleeveless. So you can see his bare arms.
Yeah,
he doesn't have that extra, the extra piece on it, and then the arm bracers that he does have is that kind of bright pink red color that looks just like the vintage toy.
Yeah,
which I love. And so I think they did a fantastic job on this guy.
They look awesome.
Yeah.
So I mean they're killing it with the and I think that's all I had for mine. But they're killing it with the retro card back figure. So I'm really digging these. So they're
that's awesome. Very cool. Very cool.
That is all I had for this week.
Cool. So I'm gonna have a little extended version. I'm gonna show a few things quickly, and then I have something special for you guys.
All right.
So I was able to pick this up. I think this was last weekend. I opened up my app. I think it was last Sunday morning, just for kicks. And I was blurry-eyed without my glasses on. And it said one available, and I didn't know where the hell it was. So I just clicked add to cart and check out on Target app, and that was it. And I was like, where the heck did I just order that from? It turns out it was from a Target store 30 miles away. I told my husband, I waited to have breakfast and just to make sure that it processed and went through. So we were having Starbucks and it said, your order's ready for pickup. I'm like, okay, great. So we jump in the car and we drive out to the smallest Target I've seen in my life. It was in the middle of Santa Monica. It looks like it used to be like a mini CVS. It was like so small. And, and I show up and I was like, it was like everything's like micro compact inside the Target, And I get to the front, and scan my code. And sure enough, the guy hands me the bag. And I was like, oh my God, like this is the Target I end up finding it in, of all places. Like they barely have any product. And there was like half a toy aisle, like one side of one short aisle. That's all the store had in it. So incredible that I was able to pick these guys up.
Oh, that's awesome. So cool.
Yeah. So that was one thing. And then last weekend I did go to Pasadena Comic-Con. So I'm gonna grab one thing out. Ugh. Right. Oops.
So on that, sorry, going back to the retro pack. So I woke up this morning. I was actually able to order it online.
Oh, wow.
When it came in stock, and I was like, holy crap. So it's actually shipping. So it's like, wow.
Oh, wonderful. So yours was for shipping and not pickup.
Right.
Oh, great. That's great. So that's awesome, because it's the only way I was able to find it. One of my friends was able to find it yesterday, like out in the South Bay at another Target, which was cool. And I think my sister was able to also find it via the app last weekend, the same thing. And I sent her to like way out in the South Bay too to get one. So it's been really hit or miss, but the trick to finding the set is check the app early in the morning.
Yeah.
And then refresh and check it to pick up in store, and then check it on shipping, like toggle between both and see if you can get one. So that was how my luck and my friends got them too. So I picked up, this was from Mark's Vintage Toys, his booth at the Pasadena Comic-Con. It is
cool.
a vintage Panache Place Voltron.
Wow.
It has like the little things inside with
that's so cool.
With the pilots in it. So the little pilots are
I love it.
In the little lions. So there's the blue guy and like all these little guys are.
Oh my God.
A couple of them were missing their helmets. And of course it's kind of loose, so they tend to fall out. There's the green pilot guy. I always wanted one of these vintage ones, and then the red pilot is in there as well.
Oh, that's
and then there's one more pink pilot is in the chest.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and he dropped his little shield on the ground, but I was able to get one of these. So that was really cool, because I've always wanted like a vintage Voltron. And then yesterday, big shout out to my friends Rodolfo and Lori from Rare Formula Toys and Collectibles. We call him Rare. His screen name's Rare Formula. If you look at him on Instagram, they just opened up a new toy shop down in Torrance. Yesterday was their grand opening, and me and my husband attended. It was really nice. They just opened their shop, and if you're in the area, highly recommend it. They have an awesome selection of vintage toys. I picked up some random things while I was there. So just real quick, I got this really cute Pink Panther, just because I love him. He's adorable.
Oh, that's cute.
In the 90s. Totally cute. And I picked up this Police Academy Tackleberry. He's on a motorcycle.
Oh my gosh, Tackleberry.
Tackleberry. So he's sitting on his motorcycle. And then I got this from the old Conan line, just this cool genie guy. Just because I like he look like a cool genie, and he does this like neat action feature, which I can't do it right now one-handed. So we picked up those cool things from his shop, but I had something special in store for you guys. That's why I'm going quickly through these toy hauls, because it's been kind of 2 weeks of stuff. But what I wanted to do, we have a special segment for you guys, because I want to show you my incredible toy haul that I've been working on for the last month or so. Yeah. So without further ado, I am going to switch over my camera, and I got to turn this mic off, and just bear with me for a second.
Yeah. While the toy sorceress gets her camera going. It's funny. Giraffe posted a comment and said to me, "Could you put on Orko's beard on Fangman?" So I did, but let's see here. Let me go full screen here. I can't lock down his head, but we have the whole Papa Smurf vibe going on.
Oh,
but
awesome.
let's take a look at the toy sorceress.
You can see my mess. So that's where I usually sit. I'm taking you guys into toy room number 2, which is where I have most of my vintage collection stuff. And the reason that there's a big empty spot on my shelf is because I set up a nice 6-foot-long table. And what I wanted to share with you guys is my setup for my Fort Carrium. And as you all know, the whole story about my Fort Carrium, how my first one got lost or the wrong thing got sent to me, and I opened up a boxed one. I have it now on display. I usually have it on display on those 2 empty shelves there, but I wanted to set the full thing up in a very cool Western scene. So can you see it, Michael?
I can. It looks amazing. It looks so great.
Yeah. So here's the Strata Coach. And I got also, here's that Skull Walker that you guys saw last time. And of course, there is Marshall Bravestar on 3030 sitting in front of the command center. And we have the nice tower there. And then this is Outlaw Scuzz with his trunk is open because he's ready to steal all the Carrium. Because look at that. Thunderstick has just blown up the safe inside the bank. And we have Handlebar here that's handing over the Carrium. And I'll take you guys around the back. But just kind of zooming out slowly.
Oh my gosh, that looks so awesome.
And then look at this. As pretend it's a different scene, because I have a couple of setups for Marshall Bravestar's taking a nap. And look, Tex-Mex is trying to escape from the jail cell as he's there napping, right? And then here's the Deputy Fuzz just hanging out. He doesn't notice that Tex-Mex is trying to break out of jail. And then you can see this is the back of the playset. So here's the jail cell, and there's a little key that would open that up. That's not in front of me right now, but you can open up the cell door. Okay, well, I'm not lining it up right now, so that's okay. But there it goes. Cell door opens, and then here is the command center portion of it. That's got like this cool little computer screen.
Oh, that's so cool.
This is the bank. So what's really cool about this is you can see here all the Carrium fell over. He's like, look, and he blew open the door of the safe, and it all spilled out.
Oh my god!
So there's a little plunger piece that you stick into the safe, and when you click it, it like blasts the door open. So all the Carrium pieces fall out of it, which is really, really cool. So this is the play set, and I wanted to share this with you guys because I just had so much fun setting it up.
That's so freaking cool. Also cool like that you figured out how to like just walk around with a camera.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
I know.
Like a live toy room tour. It's so cool.
It is. And one thing I was going to show you guys also that I picked up, but I didn't want to take it out of my cabinet because I just was going to knock everything over. But when I went to a little weekend getaway with my husband, I was able to pick up. I got this Hulk at the Pasadena Comic-Con last weekend, but then I also picked up this carded Bluegrass.
Oh, he looks awesome. He looks great.
And he's with the rest of my Silverhawks, which are right here. Vintage Silverhawks.
That is so cool. Lots of love in the chat for your stuff. So cool.
Aw. Here, you can drool over. There's my Linda Carter Mego Wonder Woman, and then the one with her very cool outfit.
Oh, that's so cool.
Close the glass case. But this is the toy room where I have like most of my vintage stuff, and then my Star Wars figures over here, and then my vintage figures. My This is like the big Star Wars section, and it goes kind of by movie, like A New Hope, and this is just a kind of a homage to the first 12. And then down here is my, Empire Strikes Back. I haven't set up a little dude in the open belly tauntaun yet. There's this cool Ice Wampa cave that I got from Etsy,
nice.
Which is awesome. And then, of course, these other play sets, and then Empire Strikes Back down there. So this is a toy room you guys don't get to see, but here it is. So
that's so
I just
cool.
kind of quickly walking through it, but I got my Joes over here, and then so there other cool stuff. There's a Karate Kid, some Renko figures like Dukes of Hazzard, Knight Rider, A-Team. There's Chips. Oh, and then here's my McDonald lamp playset. It's really neat. So, and just some more cool stuff you can see. So this is like my second toy room. They're both connecting rooms. I'll walk back out so I can get back to my computer. I gotta turn this off. Anyway, I wanted to share the playset with you guys.
That is so freaking cool. That's awesome. That's such a cool idea you had to just put a 6-foot table in there too.
Yes. I used to have a sofa in here, and I was like, I need room to like lean stuff on, so I got rid of the sofa and I put a folding table
That's
in
awesome.
here. And so the playset will eventually go back on its shelf. But I'm walking back to the computer.
All right.
Second.
There you get to see what the Toy Sorceress gets to walk back to too. That's so cool. Yeah, it's fun. I've been in that room, and it's just it's a cool presence.
There you go. I'm back by the magic of television or whatever.
Want to welcome Wookie Sasquatch as a new member. So congratulations.
Oh, welcome, Wookie. Hold on.
Yeah. Or if I forget if you were or if you were renewed, we don't get a notification if you were. But thank you again, Wookie Sasquatch, and he gifted 5 Toy Habits memberships, which is amazing. So
oh my God! Thank you. Chewy's excited. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Wookie Sasquatch. That's so generous of you.
That is awesome.
Building the crew. Awesome. My gosh, that was really cool. I think once I move all the stuff that is impeding me from walking around my room, I could do the same thing.
I know. I would love to see like some of your display because you have some incredible pieces as well.
Yeah, it's I think it's been a work in progress ever since I've come in here.
Yeah, I mean, you really have some amazing stuff. I'm glad you guys were able to enjoy that. That's so funny. Should have a vintage toy museum.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. So I guess you saw those 2 oversized Crimson Twins. We got those up at Toy Fusion, right?
Yeah. So when I was visiting Michael last December, we went to that store Toy Fusion up north by your house in Northern California, and they had them there. They were, I guess, just maybe like resin cast or some kind of custom figures,
Yeah.
but they were really cool and they were really inexpensive. And you picked one up too, right? I don't
I
remember.
did. I just can't get to it right now, but it was an Iron Grenadier.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm like, I love the twins. You know, I love the
Yeah.
twinsies. So I'm like, I gotta buy these.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
That was really
Yeah.
fun.
That's awesome.
So
That's so cool. That's so cool. Anyway, I'm so happy I was able to share that with you guys because I set it up and I was like, oh, this is such a cool display. Like I want to show it to everybody. So
yeah,
before I put it back.
it is a cool. I mean, it's like not only a cool like it's a cool display, but like those pieces are freaking amazing.
Oh, I know. And I like I said, I opened that up from a sealed box, which I know is like total faux pas, but I'm like the box was dented, so I'm like it's no longer to me like considered something to be like like graded or like oh my god like a sealed blah 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 play set, like don't open it. I was like, you know what, it has a big fat dent in it, so that was like my license to I got it a little cheaper that way so I can afford to buy it and open it. But it did have a couple of cracked pieces, which I've slowly been I got like 2 of the replacement parts already and 2 more are coming.
Oh, that's great. That's
yeah,
awesome.
so the plastic is still really
it's hard to tell like when it's how many years old.
40, I guess, and it's hilarious. Yeah, so because when I opened the box there was no protection for any of the parts, everything was just, and it was sealed, right, mind you, everything's just thrown in there like just on top of each other. Like there was no inner cardboard or anything.
Oh my god.
So that's why 40 years of that stuff rattling around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
360 VR camera in the
totally.
Yeah. There you go.
Also drones too and GoPros, he said.
Yeah.
We got to get those.
Yeah. So the room's changed quite a bit since the last time.
That's actually a good idea. I could have flown a drone over to where I can't reach right.
Oh my god, you totally could have. You should do that next time. Set up a drone to like fly around your room.
So funny. I should just clean my room. That would be
I mean, I have a little bit of a mess on the floor next to my desk too, so I do need to clean it. That's awesome. I will be at Robo Toy Fest next weekend, which is awesome.
Yay.
Yeah. So if you're there, say hello. Would love to say hi to you. Please introduce yourself. I'll be having fun shopping. So looking forward to it.
Awesome. Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah, I don't think I can make it down there this time. So maybe next year.
Oh, I'll send you photos, like live vicariously.
Thank you. Be like, I want that.
I know, right? Ralph Friggin, I have a couple Evil Knievel things, which I didn't show you guys. Well, I have one piece that Michael gave me, which is a little stunt cycle, but I do have, which is awesome. I do have 2 original vintage carded Evil Knievel action adventure sets.
That's right.
Which were on the bottom of the glass case. I think one of them he has like an Arctic gear, and the other one he's in his like classic gear. So I do have Evil Knievel stuff in there.
That's awesome.
I'm just catching up on some of the comments as I was like walking around.
Yeah.
It's very cool. Oh my god, how cool would it be if like Jada did McDonald's?
Oh my gosh. Like Street Fighter McDonald's crossover. I don't know.
Yeah, that would be amazing. That is so cool.
It'd be silly.
That is so cool. Aw. Well, that was fun. That was very fun.
That was really cool. Yeah, you did great.
Awesome. I'm glad that worked out. All right. So I guess if we don't have anything else, then
we don't.
I'm glad you stuck around for the end. So make sure to tune in next week when we talk about the toy news. I know we got YoJoe June. I think it's on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Happening. So that is very cool.
Yeah, can't wait to see what they got in store, and hopefully we'll see everyone at our regularly scheduled time. It's so funny because I'm used to wishing everybody like a happy weekend, but get ready for the grind on Monday.
We gotta get ready for work.
Right?
Oh my god, I know, right?
Yeah.
All right, everybody, enjoy the last remaining hours of your weekend before you have to go back to work.
All right, y'all, have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.